To start now. All right, great. Okay, welcome to our session on summarized written and spoken text. This session focuses on two critical tasks in the PTE exam, which is summarized written texts. And here in our notes, you'll see the acronym SWT. So that stands for summarizing written text. And summarizing spoken texts, you'll see SST later on. Mastering these skills is essential for boosting your overall scores. All right. Now, how are we going to go about this in today's session? We are going to work on strategy and practice. We'll learn how to approach these tasks with a clear plan, allowing you to build one clean sentence. Okay, that is the main goal for SWT. Build one clean sentence. And for the SST, write a focused 50 to 70 word summary based on an audio that we listened to. Okay, so each of the activities we have here for today will give you a chance to apply these strategies in realistic exam style contexts to improve your performance. Now, before we begin, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Christine. I'm one of the PTE trainers here on E-English. I have 19 years of teaching experience, during which I've guided students into reaching their target scores in PTE, IELTS, TOEFL, TOEIC, and Cambridge exams. All right, I am excited that you are both here today. We're going to make the most of today's session to help you master the skills of summarizing and increase your PTE scores. Okay, what you'll learn for today, these are our objectives. First, how to use a simple, repeatable structure for the SWT and SST, summarize written text and summarize spoken texts. Okay. Second, we're also going to practice and learn how to pick only the core message and 2 to 3 key points. Welcome, Anna. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. We are just starting, so you haven't missed anything yet. We're also going to learn how to link ideas smoothly with connectors and reporting verbs. Okay, so you've probably learned about what connectors are, what reporting verbs are. If you were here in our previous workshops, we've had workshops on writing, linking words and connectives are essential in writing, and we're going to practice using them again today. For reporting verbs, this is something also very useful when restating what you've heard. So this is also useful for the listening tasks and summarizing spoken text. Okay. Also, we're going to try our best to use a timed practice method, and I encourage everyone to do this on your own as well when you're practicing at home. Timed practice can really help you become aware of how much time you have left, and therefore you can finish the task during the actual exam. So we're going to have time practice. And we want to make this session as interactive as possible. So I encourage you to share your answers either through the chat, or you may unmute yourself and speak up. Okay, I will be calling on you to share your answers today, as we have a small group today, although I believe we are expecting other students to come in later. But since there's a small group here, then I can give all of you a chance to speak up and share your answers. Then I will be able to provide feedback. All right, so that's it. Now let's look at one of the most important things when we are practicing. Understanding the timing and rules. For the summarized written text, what does it look like? You have one sentence Okay, you have one. Your goal is to formulate one sentence between 5 and 75 words within 10 minutes, based on a 2 to 3 passage that you read. Okay, based on a passage that you read. So the goal here, like we said earlier, is we're going to try to practice picking core messages and key points, and then use a very easy structure that can help you quickly organize your ideas so you can deliver the task accurately. So for the summarized written text, you're supposed to write one sentence between 5 to 75 words in 10 minutes. So I believe 10 minutes, yeah, you have to use up the 10 minutes for reading and finding the core message, adding some key points, and then summarizing everything into one sentence. Okay? For the summarized spoken text, your goal is to be able to write between 50 to 70 words, a summary of the audio that you've heard. So it's typically a lecture, right? More or less under 2, sometimes a maximum of 3 minutes for the audio. And you also have 10 minutes to write. Hello, Mohammed. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our workshop. So yes, what are the things that are worth noting here? An important factor is to still focus on your content. Okay, we need to make sure that the content is accurate and relevant. Okay, mechanics also matter. So your verb form. Yes, I'm so sorry. Who is it?
Hello.
I'm not sure. Muhammad, yes.
Hello,
Muhammad, yes.
Maury.
Yes. Welcome. Do you have any question? Okay. So, Muhammad, please, may I ask you to mute your microphone first? Unless you have a question, you may ask a question. But for now, okay, but for now, could you please mute your microphone so that we don't hear the sound
Please
in your
tell me
background?
about education, please.
Today's session is on summarized written text and summarized spoken text for the PTE.
So, this is a greater question what leadership. So, you mean there's a leadership have honest combination.
I'm sorry I didn't catch that, Mohammed. Could you please ask the question again? Okay, so please type your question in the chat. I would love to answer your question, okay, the best I can. But
So,
for
I
now,
have one
Mohammed,
question is
please mute your
what is
microphone.
a
Oh, yes,
leadership? Please
go ahead, go
comprehension
ahead.
me, please.
What is,
So, what is a leadership? Please comprehension me.
what is the leadership? I'm not sure I'm
Yeah,
clear
I'm
on
asking
what
you,
you're
what is a
asking.
leadership?
I'm so sorry. I could you write it, please? Because I can hear construction going on in the background. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. Leadership. What is leadership? Are you asking about
Sorry.
today's topic? Mhm. Yes, Mohammed.
So, actually, I didn't know about more leadership. So, I'm asking to you, what is a leadership? Who can do leadership?
Do you mean leadership? What is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
leadership? Ah, leadership. Mm, I believe it is off topic, Mohammed.
So,
Yeah. If you're asking who is facilitating this workshop for today, then I am your trainer for today. Okay? So I will be facilitating this workshop, and our topic is not on leadership training. This is a PTE exam course. Okay? Do you have any other questions
okay, okay, no problem. Okay, please tell me about education.
about education? Well, also, Mohammed, this is not our topic for today. Okay. So
Hello.
I believe we can, yes, hello? Okay, so I would love
Understand?
to I would love to
Yeah,
give
yeah,
you more information,
yeah, yeah,
Mohammed, on how you can contact our course consultant, okay?
yeah, yeah,
Because if you have some topics in mind, if you have some ideas about what type of course you want, you can ask our course consultant and she will give you more information on personalized courses for you,
yeah.
okay? But for today, we're going to focus on helping students who are looking into taking their
So how can
PTE.
I do the sharing? Please provide me documentation.
I will give more information at the end of
Okay,
this
so
workshop.
no
I will
problem.
give you more
So what is
information.
our yeah,
So today, yes, I will proceed now, Mohammed. And if you have more questions, feel free to ask them. Okay. So we were talking about the timing and rules,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
what is expected on the PTE exam. So for our summarized written text, you need to be able to write one sentence in 10 minutes. And for summarized spoken text, you need to be able to write between 50 to
like,
70 words to summarize an audio that you listen to. Content and form is
yeah, yeah,
important. So, word form, grammar, and spelling is also something that you need to pay attention to. All right, so now we're going to start with the first part, which is summarize written text. So here is the strategy that we propose. When you see the passage, read fast for the main claim.
yeah.
Usually it is easy to spot the main topic, the main idea, and you should be able to read that as a sentence. That's the topic sentence. And you'll also be able to identify 2 to 3 supporting sentences. For now, when you do this skimming, just ignore the examples and dates unless essential. When you write a
Can
summary of a written text, you're not going to give many details. Yes?
yes, yes, so you are a good person. So if you may, can I ask one question, please?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
So I have wanted to learn grammar. So if you have time, please teach me grammar. But
Yes, yes. Grammar courses are also part of the focus for preparing for the PTE. Okay. And we actually had a workshop on this last week on grammar. So for today, we're
yeah,
going to focus on these topics. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
So after reading fast for the main claim and 2 to 3
If it
supporting,
is money, you can provide me or what? Yeah,
what is it?
yeah.
What is it that you need?
So at first, if I have wanted to speak English, so as we have, so if we are conversation English, we are speaking English, we have must to learn about grammar together, grammar rules. That's why I'm asking for you this one.
Okay. Yes, yes. However, this is not a one-on-one course. Okay. This is a free workshop
Hello, please
that,
respond me.
yes. So my answer is this is
Yeah.
not a one-on-one course. Today, we specifically
Yeah.
have a topic to learn, okay? And if you need a more personalized course, that is better for a one-on-one course, and Hannah will give you more information on how you can book that course. All right, so let's proceed. Let's go back. We have our map, okay? This is your guideline
Okay,
on
so
how.
what is the main point today? My topic is I didn't know. Please tell me about that. Okay?
Yes, we are focusing on how to learn strategies, and we're going to practice how to do the summarized written text and summarized spoken text for the PTE, for the PTE exam. So, Mohammed, I have a question for you, Mohammed. Are you preparing for the PTE exam?
Yeah.
Are you currently preparing for the PT exam? All right. So this course
Yeah,
is
yeah.
going to be
So
very
I'm so happy because to have on this. So I'm ready to prepare for PPT exam.
Mhm. Okay. Great.
When I
Okay,
start the
great.
examination,
Okay. So yes, we are. Oh yeah. Okay. The exam depends on the date that you book, okay? So you need to check out your testing center, and Hannah can help you. Hannah can assist you on that. So for now, we are not actually we are not administering the exams. We are helping students prepare for the exam. Mhm.
yeah, yeah, no problem. This is a good opportunity. So when I started your PPT examination, please tell me about PPT examination.
Yes, yes. Okay, so any other questions with regards to the exam will be answered at the end of this workshop. Okay, so let's
Okay,
proceed.
please.
Now,
Yeah, please tell me
mhm.
about your PPT examination.
Yes, yes. Later at the end of the workshop, we are going to share more information about it. Mhm. I'm sorry, I can hear my own voice echoing back to me.
Okay, please
Okay,
tell me
so
about PPT
Mohammed,
examination.
yes, Mohammed, I would like to request that you please turn off your microphone because we are hearing a feedback right now. And for all of your questions, please type them in the chat and we will answer them later. Okay? So we want to move on to the next part here because we're pressed for time. Okay? And we have this grandparent today. And also Rajiv is attending, so we want to move on. We want to move forward, okay? So I suggest, Muhammad, for your questions, please type them in the chat. And for now, please mute your microphone so that we don't hear any feedback and
So
background noise,
actually, I have
okay?
no any idea about PPT examination. That's why I'm asking for you. Yeah.
Yes. So, Muhammad, please, I request
So
you to turn off your microphone for
yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so please turn off your microphone, Muhammad.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, I will do it for you. Oh,
Let's tell me again. I
I
didn't
cannot do it.
understand.
Hmm. Yes, please turn off your Muhammad. Please turn off your microphone. Yes, thank you. Okay. And for other questions, please type them in the chat. Okay. So for now, we are going to focus on our topic. Other questions that are not about the spoken text and the written text summarizing task will be answered later. Okay? So, after we read fast for the main claim and 2 to 3 supports, we follow this guideline. We have a map of what you're going to write about. You start with a topic, say what's the claim, use some 2 to 3 supports. Usually we can express the contrast here or the cause and effect relationship. Okay? Fuse them into one complex sentence using connectors and clauses. After that, you polish 5 to 75 words. You can use active voice, precise nouns, and verbs. Okay, let's take a look at what this is about in our sample prompts later. Here are some connectors you can use. You can use words like moreover, however, while, because, therefore, whereas, although, and consequently. Okay, these connectors are very useful in linking your ideas together, especially because you are fusing together these ideas in your notes into one complex sentence. So the most effective way to make sure that you have a one sentence summary is to make complex sentences using connectors. You can also use reporting verbs such as argues, contends, maintains, demonstrates, suggests, notes, proposes, and concludes. Okay, so here is a highly usable template that you can work on. We're going to try to use this today as well. So let's see what it looks like. You can start with writing the passage. Okay, after reading the text, you can start with writing the passage. Then use reporting verbs. The passage explains. The passage shows. The passage argues. The passage proposes. The passage highlights. The passage indicates or claims or asserts. Okay, then you say the main claim, which you can see in the passage. Okay, say the main claim, and then we link key point 1 and key point 2. If there are additional ideas that you feel can be included in this sentence, we add optional contrast or cause-effect clause, and then in the end, an implication, if it is helpful. Usually it is. Usually there is a way to add an implication, like what are the next steps? What are being proposed as a solution? So usually that's what we can write here. Okay. So now after using this template, after writing your thoughts here, you can check your work. Is it one sentence? Is it 75 words? And no quotes, okay? We don't need to quote. Muhammad, can you please turn off the microphone, please?
Sorry, I guess your voice. Can you spell me again? I didn't understand what you're saying.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is a template that we can use when summarizing written text. Okay, so then we check that you've written one sentence, 5 to 75 words, no quotes, no examples, unless essential. When you write additional examples, that's just going to add more words. And you might not be able to have enough space to summarize it in 75 words. Rajiv, do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes.
Um, Sometime we found that in a passage there are the uh, some people quote various statements in the passage. So You said that the that quotation should not taken in the summarized,
Ah,
isn't it?
yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that. Mhm, mhm. Sorry.
Always we can eliminate all the statement. But
Mm-hmm.
for an example, in a passage, most of the part are quotation. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
how can we write summary in that case?
Exactly. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah. So you're actually talking about a conversation, right? Usually between or among three speakers. Yeah. This this template is different. Okay, this template is different. So when you summarize uh, a conversation or an audio, you actually have to state or restate what each person says. Yeah. So if you attended the previous workshops wherein you had this practice listening to, hello, hello Jade, welcome to our workshop. So Rajiv, it is different. You're listening to three speakers, and you note down their main points, what they agree with, what they disagree with. It is actually useful to restate what they said. However, this one is for a passage. We read a passage and we summarize the passage in one sentence. Okay, this is part of the writing section, not the listening section. Okay, and later we also have summarized spoken text. It is for academic texts like lectures, etc. Yeah, when you're trying to summarize a conversation among three people, you may write what they say. You may quote some of the words that they used in order to explain what they were saying. Okay, that one is in the speaking section. So this one is for the writing. Okay, did I answer your question?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
It is different. It's a different subject. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So after this, let's move on to a tiny practice. Okay, let's do a micro drill. Fuse these ideas. Suppose somebody read a passage and took these notes. Cities heat faster. Green roofs cool buildings. They also absorb storm water. Maintenance is costly. We cannot see the passage. We only see the notes. Can you try? Can anybody try to write one sentence, one clear sentence, linking all these points? You can use connectors like while, although, because. What do you think is the connection among these words? Okay, so Rajib or Jade, you may try. Use these ideas and fuse them together into one sentence that links all the ideas. I'll show you the answer on the next page. But for now, let's try. Okay, so what do you think? How can we connect these sentences together? Would you like to try, Rajib?
Uh,
Oh, okay. So I'll show the answer. You may read. You may read. Okay, Rajib, please read the sample solution.
Although green roofs can be costly to maintain, they cool buildings and absorb storm water, helping cities manage hard and floods.
Very good. This word is heat.
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 Okay.
Yes, helping
Mhm.
cities manage heat and floods. Okay, in other words, what does it mean? Green roofs are an expensive solution, but they are still effective at cooling buildings and absorbing stormwater, which helps to reduce the negative effects of heating and flooding in faster heating cities face. So we put all these ideas together, fuse them into one sentence. It's a complex sentence, and we connect the ideas together. And we imagine that this was the summary of that maybe 2 to 3 paragraph passage that you read, okay, or that the examiner read, okay, the test taker rather. Okay, so now we're going to try. I invite Jade as well to participate. Okay, you can type in the chat or you can unmute your microphone and speak up. So we're going to try. We're going to read a passage. Okay, it is an academic text. Uh, I'm not going to set the timer, but I will give you enough time to think about your answers. Okay. And you should aim for between 25 to 40 words. Okay. The passage is in 2 pages, so I'll stay here first and give you enough time to read it. After that, the continuation of the passage is on the next slide. So please read this first. You may read it silently. And while reading, remember that we read and try to find the core idea and 2 to 3 supports. You may start. Okay, I would like to ask if I may move on to the next slide for the continuation of the text. May I turn to the next slide? Anybody? Rajib, may I turn to the next slide for the continuation? Or are you still reading from here? Okay, so here is the next page. All right, so let me move on to our template. Based on the passage, let's write our notes. The passage. Which word is best to use here? Which reporting verb shall we use? Shall we use explains, shows, or argues? The passage could be explains, could also be argues that. Now, what is the main claim? What is the core idea? So if you remember about the micro drill practice earlier, we saw some keywords there, right? Cities heat faster, green roofs cool buildings, they absorb stormwater, maintenance is costly. It's very similar. Okay, so we can say that the main claim is that green roofs can make cities more climate resilient. And what would be our key point? Number one. So key point number one could be how can that be done? By reducing building heat demand and absorbing storm water. For key point number two, we can also say something about context-dependent biodiversity gains, complicate where and how incentives should be targeted. So to show you, okay, you have lead with claim, group supports, add contrast, condition, and end cleanly. We can say that the passage argues that green roofs can make cities more climate resilient by reducing building heat demand and absorbing stormwater, while noting that uneven design, maintenance costs, and context-dependent biodiversity gains complicate where and how incentives should be targeted. So in essence, you can summarize the whole passage into this one sentence. Okay, we're using our reporting verbs here. We're using our connectors as well. Okay, so let's try the summarized spoken text. Okay, here, Rajib, you'll see that is different. You'll be listening to an academic text, and it's not a conversation. Okay, it's not a conversation. We we would most likely hear something that looks like a lecture, an academic lecture, a talk, or a presentation. And this is under the listening section, not the speaking section. So, what are the topics? The common topics included, most of them are on social sciences, natural sciences, or arts and humanities. The thing is, you'll only hear the recording once. So it is crucial to listen carefully and take notes. And I'll be showing the template or the note card that you can use. It's very simple and easy to follow. And based on that, you can use your keywords from your notes to write a summary. Okay, so the summary is between 50 to 70 words. What is the purpose of this task? The purpose is to test your ability to comprehend the main idea and key details in a spoken academic passage, then summarize it concisely and accurately in writing. Okay, what does the strategy look like here? While listening, try to note down what's the topic, add 2 to 3 key points, add evidence or contrast or implication, and then plan a 50 to 70 word paragraph following this structure. Lead in what the talk is about, key point 1 and a tiny support, key point 2 and a tiny support. This is optional if there is an implication or conclusion. Here, avoid opinions. So you don't need to write opinions here. Minor examples and quotes. So it's like you're listening to part of a lecture and you are writing a summary of what the lecture is about. Okay, so that is what this task looks like. Okay, so here is the note-taking template for summarizing spoken text. For the first line, you can write T for topic and then write your keywords that can help you remember it while you were listening. So you're listening for the topic, then we write it. Key point 1 plus micro support. Type your keywords or write your keywords. Key point 2, write your keywords. And in the end, implication or contrast, you can use connectives such as therefore, however. Okay. Also, we can use the following words: by contrast, as a result, therefore, overall. Okay. So if you want to write it simply, just one word: overall, in the end. As a result, in the end. Okay. For the beginning of your writing of your summary, you can say the speaker explains, the speaker argues, the speaker emphasizes, the speaker illustrates, notes, or concludes, and many other reporting verbs. Okay, so let's practice with an audio. Here is a sample spoken text. And you can see your note card. As you listen, try to think of some keywords that you will write here. And these are the only things that you need when you write your summary. Okay, so if we're ready, I'm going to play the audio and give you time to write your keywords. So I'm going to be playing the audio only once. Okay, let's start.
When people ask why clocks spring forward and fall back, the short answer is that daylight saving time, or DST, is a policy experiment that stuck in some places and vanished in others. The first nationwide adoption occurred during World War I, when Germany sought to conserve coal by aligning waking hours with daylight. Several countries followed, abandoned the practice, and later revived it during World War II. Proponents claim DST saves energy by reducing evening lighting, supports retail and recreation by extending usable daylight after work, and may even lower certain types of crime that cluster in darkness. Opponents counter that any electricity savings are modest or offset by increased air conditioning, that shifting sleep schedules harms health and productivity, and that spring transitions correlate with more traffic accidents and heart events. In recent years, legislatures have floated two fixes: make DST permanent or abolish it entirely. Research suggests the transition itself, rather than the specific clock setting, drives many harms. That means the best policy might be consistency combined with regional flexibility, since sunrise and sunset vary with latitude. In short, DST's benefits and costs depend on where you live, what energy you use, and how societies value evening daylight versus stable sleep.
How did you do, Rajiv? Can you tell me what you wrote for the topic or thesis?
The topic is about the daylight saving, and
Yes, very good.
the speaker mainly tell about the process, how they can set the daylight, and another person is told about argued that the reduction of AC use and other tool can may help to reduce the energy.
Mm.
Mm, but I don't understand how to pick the key points. Please,
Oh, you've
if you
already
explain.
mentioned You've already mentioned them. Yeah, based on your answer, the key point number one is how it was used in the past. Key point number two is maybe we can make a contrast of what are the pros and cons. Like there was a discussion about it was described what people who are pro the DST now in modern time, what they think about it, and on the other hand, those who are against it, right? So proponents, okay, and those who are against it, what they say about why there is a need to keep DST. These are your two key points. First key point would be more explanation on the origins. Why was it used in the first place? Why they're practicing the use of DST? And then the second key point would be the pros and cons. Let me show you the sample field notes here, and then let's try to build the summary. Okay, so the topic it's perfect. You got it. You got it correctly. It's about daylight savings time. We heard about the origins, the pros and cons, and the policy. First key point, it explained how it was used during the World War to align daylight with activity. They wanted to conserve on heat, for example. So they tried to extend some activities when the sun is still up. Key point number two, proponents of the daylight savings time say that it lowers lighting, it increases retail and recreation activities. Those who are against it say that the energy that is conserved is just small anyway. And the problem about daylight savings time is that it disrupts sleep and it may also cause accidents. For the implication, we can say that there's more harm, right, in the transition, and consistency plus regional flexibility is more important. It's a more important factor to consider. So, from these notes, let's read a sample summary. Okay, well, who would like to read it? Would you like to read the model response, please, Richard? Okay, sorry, Rajiv, would you like to read the model response?
the lecture explains that daylight saving time began as a uh, wartime energy measures and now pres- uh,
Persists.
persist unevenly, support cities lower evening lighting demand and more retail activity, while it is not weak energy saving and health and safety risk from clock changes. Recent proposals between permanent DSP and full abolition, but evidence indicates consistent region sensitivity policy may be balanced daylight performance with public health. G.
Okay, may balance daylight preference and public health. Thank you so much, Rajiv. So as you can see, we can, if it's confusing how to fill out the note cards, we can go back, we can go backwards and track that. So we see the topic, the lecture explains, reporting verb, that daylight savings time began, say the origin, okay, began as a wartime energy measure and now persists unevenly, which means that some countries use them, other countries don't. First key point, aligned with daylight activity. Supporter site, lower, oh, this one is here now. Well, pros and cons, actually. Okay, so supporter site, lower evening lighting demand and more retailability, retail activity, while critics note weak energy savings and health and safety risks from clock changes. Okay, implication, recent proposals alternate between permanent DST and full abolition. But evidence indicates the transition causes many harms, implying that consistent region-sensitive policy may balance daylight preference with public health. So if we're going to say it in another word, we can say that the lecture explains that daylight savings time began as an energy measure in wartime and now has different rules. The speaker notes that supporters say it lowers evening lighting demand and boosts retail activity, while critics argue that it provides only weak energy savings and can cause health and safety risks. Recent proposals suggest changing from daylight savings time to a permanent time, but the speaker points out this could cause many problems, suggesting that a consistent region-specific policy would be a better way to balance public needs. Okay, so that's another way to write the summary. So do you have DST? Do you practice DST where you live? Can you tell me in the chat, anybody here who has daylight savings time or don't use daylight savings time where they live? Okay, so yeah, that's it. We saw the two tasks, okay, on summarizing. Okay, you can see that the skills are the same. Okay, practicing the skills are the same. You think about how to read fast and then note down the important key points. Follow a structure or a follow a structure or a plan to help you write your sentence later. Remember the requirements, how many words you need, and more importantly, during the practice, set a timer so that you get a feel for how long it is, and then you can naturally just do the work without feeling too much time pressure. Okay? Anybody who has a question? Okay, so that's it for today's workshop. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rajib, for doing your best. I think you're doing a really good job. This is not the first time I've heard from you, and I can see that
Thank you,
you're
madam.
really doing your best in improving. Okay, I've
So
heard you
basically,
from yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard you from previous workshops as well, even those that I didn't host, and I can see how dedicated you are. So, come back for more for the other workshops that we have scheduled, and yeah, we have more topics to help.
I attend the workshop from my workplace so that I cannot fully focus on you. Uh, Sometimes it makes some disruption. So pardon me.
It's
Uh,
okay, no
I,
worries. I understand. I know that you're doing your best, and yeah, yeah. Keep focusing and keep practicing. You can use these materials that we have here. And I think, yeah, you can definitely see an improvement in your score, or you can, I'm pretty sure, I'm positive that you can hit your target score. Okay, with
okay,
our
okay, thank
feedback
you,
and guidance. Thank you so much.
thank you.
And to everybody who attended, thank you so much. If you have any questions about our courses, please feel free to contact us. You can scan our QR code, check our website, our Facebook, and WhatsApp. Please contact Hannah, our course consultant, and she's going to give you more information on how we can help you out prepare for your PTE exam. And for those who are learning English because you want to work or study abroad, we also have courses for you, okay? Customized courses for you. We have vocational English for the field of hospitality and service industries. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So if there are no questions, this is a wrap up. Um, we have, okay, hold on. I think I have, oh yeah, just to show you, I forgot to show you. So here are the reminders of what we did today. Okay. So we learned about how to write one sentence. Remember that if you write multiple sentences, that's going to be a point against you. So make sure that your sentences, your words are cohesive and compressed. And for the spoken text, make sure that you are providing a logical flow. All right, that's it. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. See you again next time. Bye bye.